Dennis Smith played all his league football just across the city, about 6 miles away with Stoke City. Now, as manager of Sunderland, he has a chance to achieve one of the main feats of any football manager and get promotion, possibly the Championship, here at Vale Park, the home of Port Vale. His team Sunderland taking on Port Vale with a certainty of promotion if they get 3 points. Doesn't matter what the other results in the third division are, Sunderland will be promoted if they beat Port Vale here today. Naming a full-strength side, Smith and his assistant manager Viv Busby, who played with him when he was at Stoke City, come down full of confidence, but they too know that Port Vale have had a good season, typified by their victory by 2-1 over Spurs in the fourth round of the FA Cup, and they will be no easy team to beat. However, Sunderland do have the first choice side out, which is in goal Ian Hesford, 2 John Kay, 3 Frankie Gray, 4 Gary Bennett, 5 John McPhail, 6 Steve Doyle, 7 Paul Lemon, 8 Colin Pascoe, 9 Eric Gates, 10 Marco Gabbiadini and 11 Gordon Armstrong. The substitutes for Sunderland today, Ruben Agbula was 12 and John Cornforth was 14. The home side, Port Vale. In goal, Mark Grew. At 2, Alan Webb. 3, Darren Hughes. 4, Ray Walker. 5, Phil Sproson. 6, Bob Hazel. 7, Gary Ford. 8, Robbie Earle. 9, David Riley. 10, Darren Beckford. And 11, Simon Mills. The substitutes for Port Vale, Paul Maguire at 12 and Kevin Steggles at 14. The referee today, Mr. Ken Cooper from Pontypridd. And Mr. Cooper will be getting the teams underway in just a moment's time. Sunderland realise they have a very stiff task on their hands today, because Port Vale challenging for promotion and indeed were the leaders of the third division at one point early on in the season. They've kept up round about mid-table, just in the top half of the third division table for most of the season, and their home record is one of the division's best. No longer with Andy Jones, who went for £300,000 to Charlton, but with a strike force now of David Riley, formerly of Nottingham Forest, and Darren Beckford, who was signed on a buy-a-player scheme where the fans paid half the transfer fee of £15,000 from Manchester City. Among the other notables in the Port Vale side, 2, Alan Webb, former West Bromwich Albion defender. Ray Walker is the cultured midfielder wearing 4, formerly with Aston Villa. And at 7 and 11, 2 former York City players who were with manager Dennis Smith, now at Sunderland, when he was at York. That's Simon Mills and Gary Ford. The two sides then preparing to get underway. Earle will be the player wearing 8 and wearing the blue shorts because he is still suffering from a groin strain, but he's perfectly okay to play, and it's he who will kick off for the Vale. First attack of the game, Gary Ford. Darren Beckford, Cornforth, the first corner of the game. Inside a minute to Port Vale. The first chance for Ray Walker, the number 4, to go over and take one of his specialised corner kicks. Most of the time aims for that figure, number 6, Phil Sproson, who's got his hand in the air. Corner kick, though, floated in towards the near post and easily taken by Hesford. Good flick on by Beckford. Simon Mills running at the defence. Put it wide for Ford. And put behind. Dennis Smith knows all about Simon Mills and about Gary Ford. Rated them as two of the best players when he was at York City. And of course, two of the other players, who he obviously rated above them, John McPhail and Marco Gabbiadini, were taken from York City and transferred to Sunderland and have played a big part in this, what should be, promotion campaign. Gates gets his first touch, but it goes out. Eric Gates, who spent 13 seasons with Ipswich Town, winning 2 England caps on the way. On the ball now. Mills robs him. Ford. Walker. Darren Hughes. Beckford just head to it. Riley just missed out. Offside against Gabbiadini. While saying that Port Vale have had an excellent season in the 3rd Division, it must be said that one of the main candidates for Player of the Year has been the goalkeeper Mark Grew, who really, I suppose, won them the game against Tottenham Hotspur and has performed some miracles in goal for Port Vale this season. Some more danger for him to deal with as Gordon Armstrong goes down the left. Webb comes across. Armstrong with a long throw. Straight out of play. Pascoe. Webb away. And back from Bennett. Armstrong chasing. Hughes had to nip quickly to get that back to Grew. Showing early intention, Phil Sproson. in his testimonial season with Port Vale. The defender whose uncle, Royce Prosen, has made most appearances with Port Vale. Known as Gentleman Roy, he very rarely got a booking, but his nephew, Phil, goes into the book with just over 6 minutes gone on the clock. Gabbiadini's down. I don't think he's badly injured, but certainly clattered well and truly into in the back. Vice Prosen, the first free kick of the game. First direct free kick of the game going to Sunderland. Gabbiadini looks as if he's okay. Prosen probably signalling his intentions of not letting the nippy striker get too much change out of this game. McPhail downwards to Pascoe. It's a good ball from Lemon. Gabbiadini's away. Into space. Grew saves brilliantly. He's going the other way. And somehow with the back of his left hand, it looked like he managed to scoop the ball away from the goal line and give away a corner. The first corner to Sunderland in the opening half. Second corner given against Simon Mills. Short corner routine. Cleared by Beckford. Third corner inside a minute for Sunderland. Prosen gives away the corner. Lemon with the kick. Bennett goes down. In swinging corner from Lemon. Prosen clears. Still danger though. Away by Hazel. Armstrong. Walker chests it away, but it was very close to his arms. Bennett taking on the fullback. Cutting inside, headed away by Alan Webb. Gray on the overlap. Still not clear. The save by Grew. Gates wants the ball. It's gone far post to Gabbiadini. Well, almost a gift wrap chance. The defence didn't pick up Gabbiadini on the far side. The ball came across. An accurate cross, and Gabbiadini was an odds-on favourite to register the first goal there. but Port Vale escape. Okay. Gabbiadini again, running against Sproson, plays it in first time for Lemon. Sproson quite lucky to get it back, and it's given it straight to John Kay. Another run for Gabbiadini, tries to play it in, first time all the time, towards Eric Gates. Nice first time passing movements, brilliant pass to Gordon Armstrong. Headed over! Gabbiadini came in again. That time he did superbly. Armstrong was released by a superb first time ball. I think it was from Steve Doyle. Armstrong's cross in. Gabbiadini flung himself headlong at the ball and headed just over. Nothing Mark Grew would have been able to do about the header if it had been on target. So Gabbiadini makes some amends for the chance that he missed just a moment earlier. Sunderland dominating the opening exchanges without registering a goal in what has been the opening 12 minutes. Gabbiadini on the ball again, takes it past Sproson, chance for a cross. Hazel comes across. A corner kick again for Sunderland. Armstrong. It's easily cleared by Mills. Only as far as Lemon. Bennett. Oh, if he controlled that one. Seemed to wait and let the ball hit him, but it came off his bootlaces, I think, at an awkward angle. Couldn't quite control it. Another chance goes begging, but how long will the relief go on? A rare attack for the Vale fizzles out. Riley's head finds no white shirt. Walker shielding the ball well. Hughes up towards his partner David Riley. Walker back in. Bennett heads away. Good skill from Earl. Walker just finds Webb. Pascoe's long ball. And a throw into Sunderland. Chance for the Rugrats, of course, to go back at the very first attempt, having come down in the playoffs against Gillingham last season. Many people recognised that it would be a tough job for Dennis Smith in his first season, but he's done superbly. Played attacking football, bought well, and certainly has the confidence of the board behind him. And it would be a remarkable achievement if Smith could take Sunderland back to the second division in his very first season. They're on top so far, but no goals after 16 minutes. Here's Lemon, too far for Gabbiadini. Gabbiadini, 19 goals to his credit already this season, looking for his 20th today, the striker. 2 marvellous opportunities already, one really of his own creation and the other one a fairly easy chance at the far post from the cross by Doyle. Darren Hughes taking on Paul Lemon. Both sides then mixture of youth and experience. The experienced players by no means has-beens. One player we saw in action there, Bob Hazel. He's a player who appeared in an FA Cup final in 1982 with Queen's Park Rangers, was on the losing side against Tottenham. But Hazel has been a model of consistency at the back for the Port Vale side this season. Ford, Alan Webb, another experienced player. Ray Walker, one of the talented youngsters in the Port Vale side, back to Ford. Cross. Hesford picks it out of the air. Swift throw, releasing Paul Lemon. Gabbiadini. Knocked back for Gates. Armstrong, no! Well, Gates thought that was a certainty. He could have shot himself. He had a moment to steady himself and take a shot. Instead, played it wide into the path of Gordon Armstrong. But there was Alan Webb, the right back, coming across to take the ball away from his foot, just as he was about to let fly with what surely would have been the opener. Possibly one of the times when creativity and unselfishness perhaps doesn't pay off. But Sunderland, who've been on top now for some 5 weeks, heading the third division table, certainly know that all they need to do is take the 3 points today and they're back in the second division. Ford, not a good ball. The only person who could reach that was the linesman on that far side. And it's a throw into Sunderland. Frankie Gray. No one more experienced really in the whole of the 22 players out on that field today. Gray, who's played, well, this is his 510th game in the Football League. Armstrong, good ball, Pascoe. Gray on the overlap. Looking for the foul against Bob Hazel, the referee's given it. In fact, he's given it the other way. Hazel looked to have fouled Eric Gates. The free kick though being taken by Phil Sproson. Man who was booked in the 6th minute for the tackle on Marco Gabbiadini, but Gabbiadini responded in the best possible way by getting up in the right time, the right place for the 2 chances which have been Sunderland's best of the game so far. A good ball. John Kay took it well on the chest. Lemon running wide on the right. Running at the defence though. Gabbiadini offside for a moment. He's come back. Lemon. Cleared by Sprosen. Johnny Kay. Lemon. All the way back to John McPhail. And the goalkeeper, Ian Hesford. Gray, as I say, playing his 510th game today. He's had 10 seasons in the First Division, so he's played at the highest level, Gray. And along the way, he managed to win 32 caps for Scotland. Free kick quickly taken, Ray Walker. Long ball looking for David Riley. John Kay managed to get the back pass to Ian Hesford, who's this half is defending the goal, inhabited by a couple of thousand perhaps Sunderland supporters, made the way down from Wearside to cheer their team on towards promotion. Lemon, brilliant save! Well, as I was saying, they came here to cheer their side towards promotion, which they would get if they registered a win at Vale Park today. And there can be no better shot in a game of football than that which Paul Lemon came up with just then. Mark Grew, though, equal to it, tipped it away, so the goal survives. Grew has already had about 7 or 8 Football League clubs, but only played maybe a couple of 100 games in the Football League. Prone to injuries a bit along the way, but he's been a stalwart for the Vale this season. Did very remarkably well there. Gray. 26 minutes gone then. It's Port Vale 0, Sunderland 0. As Ford flicks on the goal kick. Armstrong tries to get it back for Sunderland, but Ray Walker comes away with it for Port Vale. Offside flag. Lemons get the ball in play. Grew though, cut out the cross well. Armstrong was there with Pascoe, ready to pounce. But Grew has played very well in the opening 28 minutes. It'll have to take a very good strike to beat him. Grew then drop kicks down. Headed away by McPhail. Hazel back in. Earl heads forward. It's good work. Earl though nearly gives the ball away. Gabbiadini just couldn't quite keep his feet. And that moment's hesitation, that moment's stumble, gave Darren Hughes a chance to guide the ball back to Mark Grew. Riley. Hasn't quite managed to assume the mantle that Andy Jones wore for the Vale before he was transferred to Charlton. David Riley, but together with Darren Beckford, has hit form of late. However, so far the Vale forwards have had very little of the play. Riley again squeezed out by McPhail. The throw in this time goes to the white shirts. Ray Walker, Simon Mills. Armstrong does his job. Walker plays the ball out into touch. Gates. Kay. Cross just too far for Colin Pascoe. Gary Ford. Walker wanted the ball, but it's being found by Gates. Gray slips his man beautifully. Sunderland for a moment, then slipped back into about third gear, allowing Port Vale quite a bit of the play in recent times, but no direct threat on the goal tended by Ian Hesford. Sunderland almost certainly know that if they play in any way the same as they played in the opening exchanges, then the 3 points are there to be grabbed. Only Mark Groh has kept the scorelines blank. Armstrong goes up, beaten by Robbie Earle. Frankie Gray wins. Well, he not only won the ball, but seemed to have been stamped on by David Riley. The free kick goes the way of Sunderland. Gray. Long ball looking for Gabbiadini, just too far. Away by Webb, but only into touch. Throw in to Sunderland. Chance for them to mount some more pressure on the Port Vale goal. Pascoe with the throw. Earl, Walker, Riley on the left-hand side screaming for the ball. He goes to the right, and Ford isn't too far away from going underneath the crossbar. Mix up between Mark Grew and his left back, Darren Hughes. No real harm came from the Gabbiadini flick on, but Hughes really getting in the way of his own keeper. Bob Hazel, the Vale captain, with a free kick. Ray Walker, Frank Gray heads away. Gabbiadini. Offside. Not a lot of cultured football being played in the last few exchanges by either side. Could well be said that Port Vale know how much they have a chance to impress their own following and their manager John Rudge. But of course Sunderland facing enormous pressures. The nerves must be there. Good shot from Gary Ford. Did the ball go over the line? Gabbiadini thought so. Mark Grew said no. The referee, Mr. Cooper, agreed with him. Walker, David Riley, the centre forward. Walker, first time ball, just kept in play by Darren Hughes. But John Kay does enough. Gabbiadini's turned Hazel. Excellent block though by Simon Mills. He robbed Gabbiadini the shot that everybody thought was going to come. Hesford. John Kay. Paul Lemon. Kay again. The throw-in to Sunderland. Kay towards Gabbiadini. Sprosen gets there first. Going into the last 2 minutes of the first half then, as Earl is beaten to the ball. Kay wins the throw-in. Bit more ground made by that throw. Kay Lemon wanted it first. Gabbiadini. Kay gets in a deep cross, headed away by Darren Hughes. Kay again. Lemon, though, had no chance of reaching that ball first. Hughes. Offside. Bennett. A lot of errors creeping into the game as half-time approaches. A good ball first time by Beckford. Mills, though, can't pick out Riley. The referee, Mr. Cooper, brings the first half to a close. It's goalless at half-time. Port Vale 0, Sunderland 0. Throw into Port Vale, Darren Hughes. Fail back to Ian Hesford. Hazel tangling with Gabbiadini. You can judge from the reaction of the crowd behind that goal, the visitors' end, that the free kick goes Sunderland's way. Lemon and Gordon Armstrong ready to take the free kick, the three-man wall of Mills, Riley and Gary Ford. So it's Lemon who's going to fire this in. Headed away by Sprosen, only as far as Steve Doyle. Doyle again. Back to John Kay. Cleared that time by Webb. Earl can't keep the ball in play. John Kay with the throw-in for Sunderland. Beckford menacing. As for that, just stop the shot down low. It was very powerful. Best shot seen from the Port Vale player during this game. Hughes lets it run. So then Mark Grew with a goal kick. Gray. Hammered away by Hazel. Gray again. Good skill. Gates. Gray downfield, but only Bob Hazel back there. Darren Hughes takes on and beats Paul Lemon. Earl. Hughes. Too far. Backs to the wall most of the first half, the Vale. And certainly their manager John Rudge will have been thinking about geeing the players up if they needed any against a side who they lost by 2-1 against in the corresponding fixture at Roker Park this season. And John Rudge said at that time that Sunderland were among his favourites for the championship. They know a win today and they're up to the second. First corner of the second half, Sunderland's corner. Gates takes the near post. Gordon Armstrong once again going to be swinging this one in towards the near post to give us a signal to the rest of his players. Towards Gary Bennett. Darren Hughes though gets a chance to fire away. Not too far, the ball doesn't reach touch. McPhail. Pascoe. The ball. Earl leaves it for Simon Mills. On for Darren Beckford. Just ran a little bit too far for Gary Ford to do much with it. Alan Webb. Ray Walker with Beckford moving up. Tries to play it for Ford. Corner kick. First corner of the second half to Port Vale, and it's Ray Walker who's going to take it. Many goals have come from set pieces for Port Vale so far this season, most of them from flag kicks taken by Walker. Out swinging towards Broson. Decision given that time, probably against Gary Ford for the challenge. It's going to be a free kick to Sunderland. Frankie Gray taps it back to Ian Hesford. Gray, the oldest member of the side. He's 33 years old. There's another older statesman, Eric Gates, who's 32. The side assembled by Dennis Smith has certainly worked wonders this season in the third division. They have some youngsters who've come on exceptionally well this season. Gordon Armstrong, a local lad, born in Newcastle in fact, he's 20, and so is Marco Gabbiadini, the find from York City. Wasn't doing too well at the start of the season for York, but Dennis Smith rescued him from Bootham Crescent and he's come on with 19 goals so far this season. Here's Gray again. Long ball looking for Armstrong. Hazel covers, but it's a throw in. Pascoe wants to take it quickly. Leaves it instead for Armstrong, who's got a good long throw on him. Played by Mills, but only as far as John Kay. Tries the angle drive, wide of the post. Kay, another local lad. Beckford beaten in the air by McPhail. Mills helps it on. And Walker. Okay. Pressure from Walker, but he gets it away. Mills. Robbed of the ball. Gates tries a long ball. Alan Webb's back there. Pascoe. Handball. Hazel must go into the book. Deliberate handball. A good ball from Pascoe, and Gabbiadini was off and running. The ball was up in the air, and Hazel had, I suppose, no option if he was going to prevent a clear run from Gabbiadini. Hazel becomes the second of Vale's central defenders to go in the book. Sproson having clattered into the back of Marco Gabbiadini in just the 6th minute. Not a scrappy game though. Only those two bookings to show. The defenders seemed to think that the ball was going wide, but Grew was taking no chances, and it's a corner. Armstrong. Lemon teeing the ball up for Bennett. Bennett again. Ford. Difficult to tell from the angle of the ball, but if that ball was heading towards the corner of the net, then Grew has just pulled off a marvellous save. At any rate, he did the sensible thing and made sure that the defence had time to regroup. He's done that, and Hazel comes away with the ball. He's got to get back into position again, Hazel. Webb gives him time. Riley, over the top from David Riley, the centre forward signed from Nottingham Forest. Played in the first division for Forest, doesn't lack experience at the top level. Gates heads down for Lemon. Pascoe. Frankie Gray. Down the field, but Gabbiadini thought he'd let it run on for his favourite foot, but hit him on the back. Another close shave for the Vale, but still not out of the woods yet. Good work in the end then by Robbie Earle. Was out for the throw-in to Sunderland. Inside the Vale half, they're keeping the pressure up in the early exchanges of the second half. Frankie Gray, Simon Mills coming towards him. Gabbiadini, high and wide. But the shot took a deflection. There's a corner again to Sunderland. Armstrong makes his way across. Lemon waits on the outside of the box. Even Darren Beck for the number 10 for the Vale, coming back to defend. Gabbiadini's there, waiting to make a late run. Walker tried to clear, but it came off the probably his heel and gone for the second corner in a row. Armstrong telling one of his forwards where he wants him to run. So he gets a second chance at bending this ball in. Cleared by Hazel. Armstrong. Lemon. Curling cross by Armstrong, and Grew saves! Eric Gates got a touch to the ball, directed it towards the bottom corner, and Grew was there to palm the ball round the post for the third corner inside a minute. Up against it then the Vale. They knew they would be. The third corner from Armstrong, this time headed clear by Robbie Earle. Armstrong's cross, Walker gets up. Lemon's shot, charged away, but Gabbiadini comes through. Darren Beckford does best of all and wins a throw-in for Port Vale. They'll be relieved to see the flag indicate they've got the ball, because when Sunderland have it, especially in the early moments of this second half, they've looked very dangerous. Mark Grew has pulled off a couple of outstanding saves in the Vale goal. But it's back with Sunderland again. Frankie Gray. Marco Gabbiadini. Ray Walker downfield looking for Beckford, but Gray wins it. Bennett lets it run on for John Kay. Riley though wins possession inside for Robbie Earle. Good covering though by Colin Pascoe. Earle. Sproson. Ford. Chance for a shot. He's taking it too wide. Armstrong manages to put Earle off his stride for a moment. Crew has to come right out of goal. He couldn't pick the ball up there. It would have been a free kick. Gives away the throw-in instead, which Paul Lemon will take. Lemon again. Good 1-2 with Eric Gates. Lemon's cross. Grew palms it away. Really living on the nerves then, Port Vale. A moment's break. Free kick given against Gordon Armstrong for the challenge on Gary Ford. 15 minutes gone in the second half. Still no break of the deadlock. Port Vale 0, Sunderland 0. That one was easy for McPhail. Gray gets it away from Gary Ford, but into touch. In reserve, Sunderland have Ruben Agboola and John Cornforth, but they won't be thinking about using them quite yet. Port Vale, meanwhile, have Kevin Steggles, an extra defender that they could bring on. Certainly John Rudge will be thinking very much about strengthening the defence. They're really under the cosh from the Sunderland attack, which has come right to the fore this season after being relegated in the playoffs last season. Steggles has played for Ipswich in the First Division. He knows all about the top flight. Also in reserve, Port Vale have Paul Maguire, player with experience on his side, formerly with Stoke City and back in the late 70s with Shrewsbury Town as well. Walker, Phil Sproson, Armstrong. Lemon can't control it. Still, you get the feeling that it will just take a matter of time. There's only so much that Mark Grew can do in that Port Vale goal. The defence doesn't seem to be able to contain the Sunderland attack. Gabbiadini especially lively. And here's one of the main providers, Lemon. Cut out though by Gary Ford running back from his right-hand side wide berth. Of course, the Sunderland side is altered quite a bit from last season under the managership of Dennis Smith, but that's only to be expected. When you drop down a division, you have to try and reorganise the troops, make an assault on promotion. Smith's done that successfully. One of the strange facts about his side is that he's brought to Roker Park Colin Pascoe, who was in a similar situation with Swansea. Pascoe played in the First Division with Swansea and went all the way down to the Fourth Division with them, played in the Second and Third on the way, and Smith brought him from Vetchfield. He was involved there. But it's Webb for Port Vale who has the throw-in. Ford told him where he wanted it, and he gets another throw-in. Walker seems to be playing himself back into trouble. Ford, a good ball towards Simon Mills, but John Kay is back covering, shepherding the ball back to Ian Hesford. Hesford's got good handling skills in the family. His brother Bob, a rugby union international. Gates, offside against Lemon. Only just. Sproson was out of position. Darren Hughes. McPhail. Not a good ball. Gary Ford trying to seize on the opportunity. McPhail's there though. Ford again. Chipped cross. McPhail heads clear. Walker starts the Vale going again. 1-2. 2-1-2s with Alan Webb. Earl, can he reach it? No, the pace of the ball beat him. And a goal kick to Sunderland. midway through the second half then, and Sunderland now realise that they have just a quarter of this match left in which to get the winning goal that would give them promotion back to the second division and make their travel back up towards the area of Wearside all the much better for them. Crew does well though. Superb. The keeper came out, used his chest, got into difficulties, but used his left foot to get the ball into touch. Gary Ford. Riley brought down surely by McPhail. The referee waves play on. Riley got up straight away, to his credit. Ray Walker, Robbie Earle, Gary Bennett. The corner to Port Vale. Ray Walker to go over and take it on the far side. Darren Hughes wants to have a short corner, but Walker bends it in towards Darren Beckford. Walker again. Ford. Throw in one against David Riley. Frankie Gray. The pitch very firm here at Vale Park today, as shown by the wearing of tracksuits by Mark Grew, and the players perhaps finding some difficulty towards the end of the first half in reading the bounce. So the substitution made then. Agbula replacing Gary Bennett. Agbula wearing 14. Bennett had a bit of a nothing game for most of the match. So Dennis Smith obviously opting for some strengthening of the midfield. Simon Mills tried to play it on for Robbie Earle, but the ball was all wrong. The players, to continue what I was saying, seem to have read the conditions quite well at the start of the second half, especially Sunderland, the visitors. Just you feel that they're in command of the game. It's just a question of making the approach work right, getting the timing of the ball right. Chance almost for Pascoe, but the offside decision was given against Gabbiadini outside of your picture. Alan Webb, Ray Walker, Doyle to John Kay. Darren Hughes does well. Agbula gets the ball away. In fact, the free kick goes to Sunderland. Charging, says the referee. Ray Walker as Port Vale try and come back into the game. Deadlocked with 26 minutes to go, so obviously Port Vale by no means out of it. What a scout for them it would be if they could stop their former adversary at Stoke City, Dennis Smith, from gaining promotion here. They would surely like to delay the promotion party to Roker Park next week. It's on for Gabbiadini, takes it wide. Darren Hughes off the line. You can't get any closer than that. There was no way that that ball was going to keep out of the back of the net. Marco Gabbiadini there shaking his head. The ball came through. He took it wide of Mark Greer, the Port Vale goalkeeper. Shot firmly towards the top corner. But Darren Hughes, he wasn't even in the picture. Came across and headed out to keep the scores level. Gabbiadini again heads clear. Corner this time. So Sunderland really coming back, getting onto the boil. They've got 15 minutes left to try and do something. Gabbiadini. Good catch by Mark Grew. So then, in 15 minutes' time, if the scores are level, or if Port Vale have snatched a win, Sunderland will look back and say, well, what more could we have done? They created gilt-edged chances, and the inspired goalkeeping of Mark Grew, and defending like that header off the line from Darren Hughes, has seen Vale keep their goal intact. Hughes, a real miscue. Sproson. Good run by Gabbiadini. Gates wants it in the middle. The fans behind the goal thought that Gabbiadini had been brought down. But it's a corner. Armstrong goes across to take it. Both Port Vale substitutes warming up. Paul Maguire and Kevin Steggles. They can't come on until this corner has been taken. Armstrong. Gates. He's got it! Eric Gates turns on a sixpence and gets the goal that sets the fans behind the goal absolutely wild. The celebrations with 13 minutes to go in the game. The fans realise that could be the key to Division 2 football next season at Roker Park. Headed in by Gabbiadini. Eric Gates swivelled and shot past Mark Grew. But he can't believe his luck that Grew didn't manage to save it. He's been in outstanding form this afternoon, Mark Grew, but couldn't get to that shot. And Eric Gates has given Sunderland the lead. Port Vale 0, Sunderland 1. As Vale have to try and hit back. Here's Gary Ford. Robbie Earle. But managed to get it clear. And Beckford stood on the ball for a moment. The chance goes begging. So, Eric Gates, twice capped by England, and it looks very much like his 400th game in the Football League will come in the final game for Sunderland of this season, which has seen them, if they can hold on now to the 1-goal lead, gets into the second division at the first hurdle under Dennis Smith. Sproson handballs. He'll be lucky to stay on the pitch because the referee, Mr. Cooper, has already booked him in the 6th minute for a challenge on Gabbiadini. Referee's talking to him, the Vale fans holding their breath, hoping that Sproson can stay on, and the referee, much to the annoyance of the Sunderland fans behind the goal, has allowed Sproson to stay on, but that was a very close call. It's normally an automatic booking, a deliberate handball, and Sproson had already been booked. That would have been a red card, and that surely would have meant that Sunderland could survive. Armstrong with the free kick. Out of play. A late gamble then by Port Vale manager John Rudge. Paul Maguire coming on in place of David Riley, who's not too happy about it. Riley's not had much of the play, but he's shown good form when he's got a touch of the ball. His place being taken by Paul Maguire, an experienced player who's come back from a spell in America in the Indoor League. Two substitutes on then, with Ruben Agbula having come on for Sunderland, as offside is given against Marco Gabbiadini. They're showing then, Sunderland, that they regard the match as still to be won. They're not defending in numbers. They're prepared to take the game even now to Port Vale, with a little under 10 minutes to go. Bob Hazel coming up to join the attack. Robbie Earle, but it bounced past the far post. Gary Ford turning the defence, bringing it back to Alan Webb. Chance for a deep cross. Plays it inside for Gary Ford. Walker took it just too far, but he gets the free kick. The linesman that side signalling. So 7.5 minutes left for Port Vale to bring something out and deny Sunderland the place in the second division, mathematically at least. That would mean that with 2 games left, Sunderland would have to get 2 points. Gary Ford, Darren Beckford. Still on the attack then, Port Vale. Not a good ball in. Armstrong waiting for the bounce. Reads it well. Gary Ford with a chance for a cross. Frankie Gray back with him. Helped out by Eric Gates. Darren Beckford possesses a long throw. Similar to Gordon Armstrong, Beckford waving to his players where he wants them to go. A good long throw, testing Hesford. But there was pushing on the goalkeeper. Darren Hughes had gone down to try and follow up, but he impeded Ian Hesford and the free kick goes to Sunderland. 5 minutes left. Port Vale 0, Sunderland 1. The fans, having come down from Wearside, are singing there, celebrating early. The party could still be kept on ice though. Port Vale, through Ray Walker and Alan Webb, determined to get things going again. We've not shown too much promise, been dominated for the most part by Sunderland, but capable of at least levelling the scores in the last few minutes. Hazel, Gary Ford, free kick given the way of Port Vale. Alan Webb taking it quickly. Paul Maguire, the substitute. Darren Hughes, the left back. Steve Doyle and John Kay managed to win the throw-in for Sunderland. No, the referee's giving it the other way. Maguire. Gabbiadini. Gabbiadini running at the defence, but Bob Hazel gets a foot in. Back to Mark Grew. Grew has to get the game going quickly. Time's running out now for Port Vale. Pushing given against Phil Sproson. Sent upfield to try to get the equaliser. Sproson, the centre-back. thrust upfield in a forward role. Hesford. Frankie Gray, he's seen some moments in his footballing career, Frank Gray. But I'm sure that he'll put promotion back to the second division right amongst the very top of the honours that he's collected from the game. Paul Maguire. Inside looking for Walker, but Doyle does well. Lemon. Gates. Into the last minute. Mark Grew hurries to get the ball back into his area to produce another long drop kick. Time running right out for the Valiants. All the Sunderland fans looking at the referee, watching for him to blow that final whistle. Sunderland then just seconds away from having a place in the second division next season. The photographers there lined up to capture Viv Busby and Dennis Smith, their emotions at the full-time whistle. But the game's not over yet. Webb leaves it for Darren Beckford. Beckford signalling for one last attack. Armstrong well away. Gabbiadini. Is a chance for a second goal. Good strike and a good save. Everybody wondering whether that ball crossed the goal line, but the referee's waved play on. Gabbiadini's shot was saved well by Grew. He managed to scoop the ball away from the goal line, but it's done the side. Overall, no good, because they go down to Sunderland. There's the final whistle. Port Vale beaten at home by Sunderland, but the real importance of today's game, Sunderland are back in the second division at the first hurdle. There's Dennis Smith running onto the pitch, and the Sunderland fans who made the long journey down are well rewarded. A 1-0 victory, that goal by Eric Gates, putting them in the second division next season. The final score from Vale Park: Port Vale 0, Sunderland 1.